Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Brian, along with my co-host, Waleed.
Hey, what's up, Brian?
Not much, man. We are back to talk Love Boat, episode 6. It's called Betrayal and Regrets. And Waleed, before we get started, this was my favorite episode so far this season. I thought it was really good. A lot of drama, like we were discussing pre-show. I think the show took a step, maybe a small step forward, or I wouldn't even say forward. I'd say up, like a level. And I'm interested in what what you're going to say right now. I'm also really interested for the comments because we actually had a lot of interaction in the last video, and Waleed and I really appreciate that. That made us feel really good because we thought the show was dead in the water after this switch to
Yeah,
Paramount Plus. So, real quick, what was your general reaction to this episode as a whole?
yeah. I mean, a majority of the episode was really good. Definitely. It started off with a challenge at the very
Yeah,
beginning, which was kind of like just normal. I mean, a team won, and
yeah, it's just there at this point. It
yeah,
needs to be a
yeah,
part of the show.
which is a cool part of the show. For these couples to like get closer to each other, I guess, for all
Yeah.
that intents and purposes. But once you got to the real television stuff, the television
Mhm.
quality stuff, when the two new girls came in and everything, then that kind of just set off a whole chain of events that kind of I mean, I guess it just showed you like people who at one point in the season didn't really have much leverage on the boat at all now have like all the
Yeah,
leverage in the world,
that's a
basically.
great way to describe it.
Yeah, they now have all the leverage in the world. And
Mhm.
I mean, if that is basically talking about my boy Nathan, who
Yep.
had like nothing at the beginning of the season, and now he's got like options upon options upon
Yeah.
options. So I was like, damn, you didn't see this coming, but it was entertaining to see what he was gonna do.
Yeah, you never know who's gonna walk onto the boat, and that's kind of like if you just survive the week, you get the pit. You just survive the week. You're safe for another 2 week. You're for a week. So, like you were saying, like just it was great. Let's just start going through it. I'm gonna just briefly run through the challenge because, like we said, it's just at this point, it's literally just for the first round draft pick and the dinner date with the captain. So they basically had to swim out to a kayak, paddle out, go down and get these puzzle pieces that were for like a ceramic pot, which I guess they do in Greece. They paint pictures on the side. This one was like a replica of one of those. You paddle down, bring it up, paddle back to the beach, and then you build the ceramic pot. And first team wins. Daniel and Shaylin won. They get the first. Daniel gets first round pick, and they get the captain's dinner. All right, let's get to the juice because I mean, like that's pretty much it. Like nothing really happens. These challenges, we've been saying this for weeks. They're just a part of the show at this point. I'm really wondering if this gets to season 2, they're going to have to completely alter challenges, in my opinion.
I agree.
They're just there. They're boring. Nothing really happens.
Yeah, I mean, depending on like the locations they go to and everything,
Yeah,
they can try to
the first
incorporate.
one was great because they actually like talked to each other and were like, hey, like they had like intimate like talk about like things in their like past. They now they just kind of been physical and it just doesn't really.
Mhm.
It's not really doing it for me.
No, not really.
All right, so let's meet our two new women. Tyler, she is 27. She's a business analyst. She was in the military, and another thing that I actually like, she said she married her
At
high school sweetheart at
like
18.
18,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that was pretty interesting. So she's already been through a marriage, and I'm assuming it ended in a divorce. And but I don't know. She was giving me good vibes. She came
Yeah.
in here, made a big splash, like we'll get to later.
Mhm.
General impressions of her for you, real quick.
I mean, she stood out like a sort of. I think she's honestly. I mean, there's a lot of gorgeous girls on this boat that came on this boat.
Yeah.
For for me, I find her like the most jaw dropping of all of them. There's just something about her, man. Like, and it's like it reminds me of what Love Island actually. Love Island. I watched like a little bit of like one of the UK seasons, not
Mhm.
the USA seasons, but one of the UK seasons recently. I think it was a recent season. There was this Turkish girl that came into the Love Island house that also like had the same effect, just jaw dropping and gore and intimidating for all the girls and everything. She reminded me of her in some ways, so I was happy
Mm.
to see her. And I like also how the bartender and like the people on the boat who work on the boat, they try to like set them up in different dates.
Yeah, I love it. That's one of my favorite. It's
That's like the best
like a
thing.
subtle thing of the show. I really like.
Yeah, I really like that too. Like they put Jordan on purpose with one of the new girls. They put Nathan on purpose with one of
Mhm.
the like let's have them go on like a salsa dancing date, and then they actually go and put them on a salsa dancing day where they actually like get closer and gain a connection to each other. It's really cool.
Yeah, they test the shaky or like lower, like not strong connections, which I think is like what makes some of these decisions, especially this week,
Yeah,
in the sail away ceremony.
they purposely because if you let the couples just decide like
Yeah,
what
they're
date
just
they
gonna
want
do
to
what
go
they
on,
know.
yeah, they're gonna resort to their comfort zones. I like that
Mhm.
they actually like, hey, let's take these two people who don't know each other, let's
Right.
put them on this kind of a date, and let's get them out of their comfort zone. And that's actually like the best part. Like when you're out of your comfort zone, you grow the most.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
I
like
agree.
that, you know.
I
So it's
agree. I think that's a good, like a low key great aspect of the show.
yeah, 100%.
Okay, our other girl is Sydney. She's 24. She's a graphic designer. I didn't catch exactly which state she was from,
North,
but
it was South Dakota or North
South,
Dakota?
okay, so I think you're right. South
Sioux
Dakota.
Falls, Sioux Falls,
Just
Sioux Falls, South Dakota, I
yeah,
think.
there you're right. So
Yeah,
she's a Midwestern girl. Doesn't like she doesn't like PDA, and she's a twin. So
man.
both of them, I thought were they when they came in, the guys were definitely like very excited. And one thing I really liked about this episode is they kind of took away the girls from the dates. Like when the new girls came in, they like took them, put them in one of the rooms and like locked them in there, and the girls could like mingle with the guys with like no like restrictions of feeling like, hey, not saying Marty and Emily are a threat, but like, hey, Marty's talking to a girl, Emily's watching. You know what I mean? Like they didn't do that, I don't think, in the other episodes, unless I'm wrong.
I don't think they did. No,
Yeah,
not
so
at
like
all.
it everything about this episode, they just like took a step forward. Like I thought this was good. Like the guys can mingle with them, and like people were making connections, and I thought it was good.
I agree. This was definitely a lot of development in this episode, and yeah, I mean, you saw it mostly with Nathan. I feel like the person who grew the most from like the first episode till now, had to have
He's a
been.
different dude. He's a
He's a
completely different
completely different dude. I mean, seeing him on the salsa date, I'm like, damn, I didn't know he had that kind of personality. I thought he was a
dude. Right.
complete stiff. I thought he was a stiff the entire
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
I was like, why do all these girls like him? I don't
Yeah,
get
I
it.
know. Yeah. It's just crazy. Like people in the comments, please let us know like what you think. Like especially if Nathan like just like what you saw, like it's a polar opposite of like who he was with, and maybe that just says a lot about him and Elisa. Like it just wasn't like clicking. And I mean, Sarah got a little deeper into him, but she didn't have that much time with him. Like we don't know if like they started sooner. Maybe we would have seen this an episode or two ago.
Yeah.
um okay, so Tyler likes Nathan, Sydney likes Jordan, and both of them go on a date. I have all the there's actually 3 dates today, which I thought was really cool. They normally only do 2, so they were really stirring the pot. Dustin and Sarah go on this like dessert table date, and this is where we were talking pre-show. Sarah like wants to stick around if Nathan. She's worried about Nathan picking somebody else, so she's like, I'm gonna try to like kiss up to Dustin to see if I can get his rose. Like if we're gonna use bathroom
Basically,
terms,
yeah, get his
just to stick around for another week.
exactly.
Which I mean, I'm surprised it hasn't happened sooner. But I mean, this is again like everybody's been like in their own lane these last 5 episodes that we're finally seeing like actual like drama being stirred up because people are worried that they might not get picked.
Yeah, I mean, and then normally it works in their favor. Like, okay, I'm gonna
Mhm.
play the game. You know, she's an
Yeah.
attractive girl. You know, he hasn't. I mean, all his connections that he's made so far seem to be fizzled out. So,
Yep.
like, you know, and she was like, okay, I'm gonna just, cuddle up to him a little bit and get him to pick me and keep me on the boat. But he had other plans.
Yeah, you sniffed it out. They sniffed it out in the confessional. Like it was funny. They did a good job editing. Like, oh, I'm gonna try to get his pick, and then he's like, yeah, I'm not. I think she's full of it, and it's like, there you go. She's gonna have a fun
Kudos
time.
to him. And
Yeah.
you know what? I mean, and I don't understand like why the girls are like trying to play it and don't really have like a connection. I'm like, he seems like a normal, decent guy. Seems really intelligent too. He's a Spanish translator. So,
Mhm.
what do you think? So like he speaks a couple languages. I don't know. He seems like a nice, cool guy with his nipples pierced. But like,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
but like
Yeah.
from the last episode. But you know,
Yeah, like if you take away the challenges every week, I know you need to get your captain's dinner, but like we could be finding out more about these people. Like you're saying, like we don't know like why these girls don't like Dustin. Like why is it not gelling? Like we only see the couples that work. It's unfortunate that like the same couples are winning the captain's dinner where they actually have like an intimate conversation and like spend a lot of time together. Like we're not. It's the same like 3 people. So I mean, hopefully next week, maybe one of these new couples we can see like Nathan there, or we can see Dustin there, or Jordan there. Like even Jordan had time. I still don't really know Jordan that much, except that everyone thinks he's a cheater, but he's like that was in his past.
he's proved loyal and
Yeah,
faithful to this point, man. I thought he was gonna pick because he connected on his date with Sydney. the new
Right.
girl.
Right.
And
Yeah. So that was one of the other dates. They went on, I think it was a seafood dinner. They didn't even eat the dinner when they left. I noticed the plates. Like, I don't know why they send these people on food dates in every show and they don't eat. It's just a waste of food. Yeah, Jordan got tested. He got seriously tested. They had some like
yeah,
background.
he loves
Yeah.
blondes too. So I was
Yeah,
like,
he
oh,
does love
girl.
blondes. And he was definitely tested. And again, like we didn't see any of his like confessionals where like he was just like I made a tough decision, but you didn't really see it build to like he was really stressed about it. So it's one of the things that I would find maybe nitpicks I have of this episode. Like I
Yeah,
want to see these people like feel the way, but again, it's only like 40-minute episode.
exactly. Yeah. So
Last date, Nathan and Tyler, they go salsa dancing. They kiss twice. I mean,
he's never kissed a girl on the boat yet.
yeah.
So like
Every
he
girl
really
is like
likes it.
peeling another layer of the onion back to learn more about him. So once you saw him open up, like you kind of knew that that was game over
Yeah.
for
He was
their.
doing his. I kind of chuckled a little bit when he was doing his chest bump dance when he's
Yeah,
where they
yeah,
started learning. Yeah, that was kind of funny. I was
yeah,
like, thought he
yeah.
was a stiff the whole time. The guy's got humor.
Yeah, no, that was cool. It was good to just see like some of these people that we didn't really know about like open up, and we enjoy that. That's one of the reasons why we like the show. We feel like people are here like for the right reasons, and it's good to see some of the people we were questioning opening up. So that's definitely a positive. Okay, another big moment of this episode. Elisa is it Elisa or Alyssa? I feel like I'm always saying
Alyssa.
Alyssa.
Oh, no, it's Elisa. It's Elisa. Sorry,
Elisa. Okay,
Elisa.
sorry, Elisa. I know you're watching, but so she actually goes to the guy's cabin and wants to talk to Nathan one on one, and she was like she was backpedaling. She's like, I'm sorry, like I made a mistake, but I mean, based off what we saw at the Nathan's salsa dance,
You
yeah,
could tell
he
by
was
his
done.
face. You
Yeah,
could
he
tell
was
by
upset. He was upset in the beginning of the episode. Like you can tell, he was pissed. Like he wanted to beat him in the challenge. Like I understand where he's coming from because you just yeah, I don't know. It sucks. You've been with this person for a couple weeks, and anybody's gonna feel that way if you get cast out and you're
exactly.
still around.
Yeah.
But
I agree. I mean, it happened. I mean,
mhm.
she asked him a pass. She made the bet. She made the wrong choice, and it ended up backfiring.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
classic. Classic.
you could tell by his face. Yeah, he was having none of that.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's get the sail away ceremony. So Daniel, he had the first round pick. He obviously takes Shaylin. He's one. This is like the next two out of the next three are ones you can just put in permanent marker. They're going to pick each other no matter what. Jordan picks Kendra. We were unsure what he was going to do. Like we alluded to earlier that he likes blondes. So Sydney was right there and he stayed faithful. And Kendra was a little nervous about it, but I think this is a big step for them.
I agree. I mean, because she's been insecure about
Mm-hmm.
him, building other connections for a few weeks now,
Yep.
actually. And he's picked her twice now over
Yep.
other girls that he could have connected with.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, I mean, she should feel secure in that, and good for him because he's cheated on girls in the past, and now he's trying to be monogamous, and I mean, being monogamous is a test for a lot of guys in this world. So he's overcoming his challenges. So I mean, it's good
Especially
to
on a dating show.
yeah, I mean, on a dating show with a lot of beautiful women, this is like the ultimate test for him too. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, I
Yeah.
mean, good for him because I mean, Kendra's a good girl. She just,
Yeah. No, Kendra's good.
you got to give your girl reasons to feel secure, and he did. So
Mhm. Shout out to Kendra. She liked one of our tweets. So salute to you. And Shaylin, I remember. Okay, Marty picks Emily. Again, not a surprise. Like that's one of the concrete couples, I would say.
those two will get married, man.
Yeah, I mean, I
Get married.
he's like whenever he's like you're this is real. Like they're
He's
generous.
like, he told her, he's like, when he picked her, he's like, you're rare. And it's
Yeah,
like, she is rare. She
yeah.
really is, though. Like, she,
And we barely see that when you barely see him on camera, like it's just not it's not that it's not interesting. It's just like there's no sense of doubt there that they're going to be together.
yeah,
Yeah, I
I don't
mean, like
doubt it at all.
yeah, that's just kind of like how it is, and I'm not mad at it because like we want to see we know where they're at.
Yeah. The
So
only way this show is going to be successful is if it has a pretty decent success rate for
yeah,
like relationships, then it'll bring more viewers, I'm sure.
right. People will be like more willing to sign up and go on, and it's good for the show. So I
I
mean, this is the first start. They can get two couples off the bat. I would say that's better than The Bachelor
mhm.
lately. So that's
That's
good. All right,
probably
so
the best.
Dustin, this is one of the ones that we did not know what was going to happen. So Dustin was with Alyssa picked him last week, and he just is. and rightfully so. Like she's still hung up on Nathan, and he's picking up on it. He's picking up on Sarah, like playing him a little bit, and he picked Sydney. Like that was like he went with
Yeah.
like I'm just gonna test my luck here, and
I didn't know if he would pick Sydney, but I was hoping he would though, because I was like, the other two girls don't like you, bro.
yeah, yeah, right. His
Pick the
options were kind of like,
yeah, I was like, so pick the one at least who's new, gorgeous, and you haven't talked to much yet. Maybe he'll build a connection with her in the next
right.
episode. Who knows? So I mean, hopefully, for
Yeah,
his
we'll
he's
see.
a good dude. Seems like a good dude.
Yeah, yeah, no, we'll see how that develops. That's work in progress. Okay, Nathan picks Tyler, and we're I guess it's a big move, but not totally surprising if you watch this episode. But we this sends home Elisa, and that was one of the day oneers. So that's always a big move when you're sending somebody home. That is,
She got the first. She got the first impression, uh,
yeah,
challenge
yeah,
when she.
right. So she's a staple of the show, and I mean, we don't know if there's going to be a reunion with this, and I mean, I'm interested. I don't want to look anybody up because we're doing the show, and we're a spoiler free show,
Yeah.
but that was a big loss because we don't have that many. So original girls are Shaylin and Emily, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
Shaylin and Emily.
Shaylin and Emily
Kendra
are.
came in like day two or episode two or
Yeah, Kendra came in like 4 or 5 episodes ago, I
yeah.
think, and then you have the other two girls.
Yeah. Yeah, and Sarah goes home, not totally surprised. Like, um, I guess if Tyler didn't come in, I think Nathan would have picked her. But it's just she's playing the game. That's the point of the game, trying
Yeah,
to build a
I think
connection.
the guys, 4 of the original guys are still on, right?
Yep,
Yeah, that's wild.
Daniel, Jordan, yeah, Marty, Nathan. Yep.
Yeah. And that's shocking though too though, because even like not just bringing on like the new girls that they're bringing on are also like eye catching, but like a lot of the dudes they're bringing
Yeah,
on,
no, they brought on good dudes.
yeah, they're bringing in a lot of quality dudes too. So
Yeah, they did a good job with picking people that actually want to be here. So I got to give the cast and the production kudos for that, and we appreciate that.
people are well put together for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Um, that's all we got this week. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully, you guys are finding ways to either watch it on Paramount Plus or illegally. I wish I could help you out and the people that lost access to it from CBS, but it just wasn't rating well. But I mean, I think it's gotten better, and it's a shame. Like it's a shame they pulled the plug on the show this quickly. I wish they just swapped slots, like moved it to 10.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I guess they'd rather play a rerun of like CSI or whatever. I don't know what's on CBS, but we
Yeah.
appreciate you guys for watching. We really that we were not we thought the show was gonna die when it moved. So a huge bump. We it made me very surprised. We got a lot of engagement. We just appreciate all the comments. Like definitely we'll answer all your comments. We're not going to ghost anybody here. So we appreciate all that. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think of the new girls, the people, guys and girls remaining from the starting point. Let us know anything, all your thoughts. We appreciate it all. We'll answer it all. We have a ton of stuff coming out. Love is Blind, The Amazing Race. There's only one episode of Bachelor in Paradise this week because of the elections. We'll have Survivor and the challenge out probably Friday and Saturday. But we have tons of stuff coming out every day for you guys. There'll always be something that somebody will like at least one of our videos. So again, thanks for myself and Waleed. We'll catch you guys next week. Peace.